Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Aishwarya Balab. In this video, we are going to discuss about sample handling in IR spectroscopy. As we all know, in IR spectroscopy, we cannot use water or moisture due to the interference of the peaks of the OH bond in the water. So the sample handling in IR spectroscopy becomes little bit crucial. So you cannot use any material uh, or you cannot use any solvent, that is water, or which is containing the OH bond. So that is the first limitation for the sample handling in IR spectroscopy. Another one is the cuvette or the sample cell should be made up of a material which is IR transparent or which doesn't show any IR absorption in the IR range. So no window material for cuvette is present which is transparent and inert over the entire infrared region. Alkali halides such as sodium chloride are commonly used as they are transparent up to 625 per centimeter. The range for IR, which is mainly used for the analysis purpose, is 670 to 4000 per centimeter. So it should be whatever material you are going to use for the sample cells should be IR transparent. That is, it should be transparent in this range, or it should not absorb any radiation in the range of 670 to 4000 per centimeter wave number. Cell windows are easily fogged by the exposure to moisture and require frequent polishing. Glass or cords absorb strongly in infrared region, so they cannot be used as cell containers or optical prism. Silver chloride is often used for moist samples, but it is not entirely satisfactory as it easily deforms and is too soft and darkens on exposure to light. For frequencies under 600 per centimeter, polyethylene cell can be used. So these are the few materials which you can use in the IR spectroscopy as sample cell materials like sodium chloride, KBr, silver chloride, AgBr, silver bromide, calcium fluoride, barium fluoride, CSBr, zinc selenium. So you can see the range at which they can be used. So our target is 670 to 4000 per centimeter. So wide range is available for all these materials if you observe. In case of solids, you can actually use films for the sampling. For polymers, resins, and amorphous solids, the sample is dissolved in a volatile solvent and a drop of the solution is placed on the window and sealed. As the solvent evaporates, a thin homogeneous film is deposited which can be scanned directly. For liquids and polymers, a drop of the solution may be placed and squeezed between the windows. Mules and pellets can also be used as the sampling technique. So powders can be examined as a thin paste or mule. About 5 mg sample is mixed with hexachlorobutadiene or Nuzol, which is a high molecular weight liquid paraffin. Nuzol have peaks around 3030 to 2860 and at 1460 per centimeter and at 1374 per centimeter. So therefore no useful information can be obtained in these regions, but if you cancel these peaks, you can actually get the sample IR spectrum. Hexachlorobutadiene is another mulling agent. It has no CH bonds. In case of pellets, a solid sample can be also be handled by mixing with KBr and pressing at 25,000 psi into a small disc of 10 millimeter diameter and 2 millimeter thickness. So here you can see the hydraulic press you can use for the formation of pellets, where you can actually mix the KBr with your sample. With the help of the molds, you can put the sample along with KBr into the mold, and by applying this pressure up to 25,000 psi with the mold, you will get the uniform pellets formed. And due to the uniformity of the pellets and by increasing the quantity uh, linearly, you can get the quantitative analysis also by using the pellet technique. In case of liquids, liquid samples are usually scanned in their neat form or in solution. The sample thickness should be 0.001 to 0.05 millimeter thickness, which provides transmittance of 15 to 70%. For solutions, a 10% carbon tetrachloride is ideal for 4000 to 1333 per centimeter range. Carbon disulfide is useful for 13,333 to 650 per centimeter. Methylene chloride, acetonitrile, and acetone are the other useful solvents. IR cells are constructed with sealed windows which are separated by thin gaskets copper and lead gaskets which are weighted with mercury. The whole assembly is securely clamped in stainless steel holder. As the mercury penetrates a gasket, it expands, producing a tight seal. So with the help of this diagram, we can understand more how the liquid will be sampled in the IR spectroscopy. So here you can see the stainless steel sample holder will be there. From here you can see the liquid injection can be done. Okay, and in between this, so in the second diagram you can see better, that is here two salt plates will be there and in between the spacer will be there. So you have to spread your sample in between these two salt plates in a uniform form or in a thin layer, and these windows are actually made up of the salt plates. So if you pass the radiation, here you can see the radiation will be get passed through this sample, or like this the IR radiation will pass through the sample, and you can actually measure the transmitted radiation from your sample. So for using these salt windows, here you can see the which type of salt window will be excellent for use. Here you can see the transparent salt plate will be more preferable, or it is excellent for use. Cloudy, defective one, scratched and chipped salt plates should be avoided for the better results. And here you can see how the sample will be actually put in between the two salt plates. Here to place the sample here and form a thin layer or uniform layer to get the better IR measurement. In case of gases, gases can be directly scanned in 10 centimeter path length cells. So here you can say the sample cell for gases. These windows will be made up of salt plates which are IR transparent, and you have to fill this cylinder with the gaseous sample. So when the IR radiation will pass through this cylinder through IR transparent material, the sample, or after transmitted whatever the IR radiation is there, that will be passed towards the detector. So the sample cell for the gases will look like this. For trace analysis, gas cylinders up to 1.5 to 120 meters or the longer one can be used. For according to use, you can actually change the dimension of this cylinder. Such cells are constructed with folded light paths and gold surfaced mirrors. So if you want to enhance the IR radiation passing through the sample in the long sample cylinders, or whenever you require the long path uh, is there through the sample, then you can use actually the gold surface mirrors to actually amplify the radiation passing through the sample. So you will get the better results.